What is up, DTube, Steam blockchain? So today I want to talk a little bit about why the DTube launch will be interesting, which is scheduled to launch the main chain in 80 days. That may change, but at the moment seems that they're aiming for May the 10th as the date. Now, why I think this is very interesting is I want to see if a community that sort of is the DTube community is I would say very consistent in their development, or people that are creating content on DTube. It seems like the niche community that we have here seems like it's very consistent. And I'm very curious. Like, it's going to be very interesting to see how the DTC token will perform when you have these interesting characteristics going on, where you have real users that like something. You have a product that works and that has all the most important aspects, and also that has these abilities of be inclusive and work with YouTube. And you have a token system that you really can't complain on, where you don't really have to think. I'm very curious how a token like that can perform. I think that's gonna teach us a lot of stuff about the crypto industry. So at the moment, for example, I think that there's a lot of when I look at Steam, for example, I think that people in many ways look at it as, like, in many ways, I think that maybe people will realize that a smaller community can make pretty big moves, and that they can basically run their own community and have their own internal token, and that you don't need to rely on like some massive kind of system and millions of people just to get some token running. Maybe if you have people that are really passionate or focused on what they're really good at, and you have a very targeted, niche focused community, maybe that token can really perform well. I'm really curious how it's gonna perform. Like, I think that's gonna teach humans so much about the crypto industry. So, for example, I think that something that has been undervalued these couple of years, something I really think has been undervalued is branding, and kind of how DTube in many ways can get free marketing by having content creators that are using the best format, video, to combine voice with video, with, like, you're seeing cool stuff. I mean, that I think that it's been really undervalued, like how powerful video can be, and that I think that maybe people will realize that that the possibilities are really limitless if you have a token that is just solely focused on video, and where the people are sort of in many ways creating the brand. Like, what I think is interesting with sort of DTube is, well, you have people really spending time on it, right? Because they're sort of they will sort of go there to watch the kind of content that they sort of enjoy. So they're kind of spending a lot of time there, and I think you can get a very interesting brand association effect there, where you really have just optimized all of the good parts, and try to cut out all the noise and all the drama that has been plaguing a lot of the crypto industry the last couple of years. So it's a really interesting, I would say, launch time as well, because it's going to be around 2.5 years since beer all-time high. So people have sort of people have probably done a lot of cool development during this time. Uh, because what happened with the last all-time high was that it was probably a little bit undeserved. It's because it happened so quick and they hadn't made that much development. It was, a lot of stuff was very new. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see how that's going to play out. And I would also say in the crypto space that people have other sort of opportunities now also for like so-called digital gold that is maybe better than what we used in that you could use just in the past. It seems also like some people have it seems like people have better decentralized, a little bit better decentralized alternatives in moving value around a bit faster without have to go to a centralized exchange. You still sort of have to do it sometimes, but it seems like, yeah, it's really interesting when you combine all these stuff that people are a bit smarter, a little bit more organized, can start to notice kind of patterns, what failed in the past, and maybe fix some of those things. And it's really interesting because it's like people are somewhat getting smarter all the time. So in theory, they should be building better tokens and better game theories by learning from the failures of the past. And in theory, then, if those tokens have better game theory and is more engaging, more fun to use, and is filling a real market, for example, with DTube, you're really filling a market with with use and with content that people enjoy. Like, people love watching videos. People want more videos. Like, there's a very high demand for videos. People are gonna keep creating it. The content creators love it. The consumers love it, and so it has like a real market fit. And also that sort of tries to solve all of these stuff that plague these older systems. So, I mean, when you're just looking at it, okay, so people talking about alt seasons and all of this, and what people usually don't talk about when it comes to alt seasons is the new alt season probably is going to have new altcoins that use a better game theory, and many of those older altcoins, they may not pump as hard because now people have better altcoins. It's like they don't have to buy the nonsense anymore, the hype or the white paper. Like, they actually can go in and see for themselves what works, and they probably have increased their standards a little bit now. They want some better altcoins than what they sort of bought when it was just fresh, new, and shiny, and when it really looked like everything would pump forever. So I think that people will probably be a little bit surprised when they see new alts coming in that they didn't hear about, because the mainstream YouTubers that talks about crypto and alts, they usually don't mention the gold stuff. Usually a very, very noob mistake, or like they usually give these noob mistake that, oh, just throw a little bit into everything because something is gonna succeed, or like they think that everything is gonna succeed, but probably some stuff is gonna fail horribly, and probably the main opportunities are gonna be in real alts that fill real markets, and create products that people love. For example, I love EOS Dynasty. It gives me daily EOS dividends. I can sell digital virtual game items every day, and I see it works, and it's fun for me. Like, it's super fun. Like, I try to see, like, is this fun? That's the reason why I got into Steam, because when I got into Steam, it was like super fun. So yeah, so it's kind of interesting to sort of look at that. So that is why I think this is going to be really interesting, this launch, to see how things play out, basically. And it's really interesting with this crypto industry, because stuff really changes from month to month. Some new crazy events in 1 month can affect everything and like make you change opinion on everything. But it seems like you're getting smarter still over time. So yeah, it's gonna be really, I'm really curious. I also want to run my own sort of DTube experiments, doing custom videos, and see what works. So for example, with YouTube, I was a clickbait expert. I have over 700 million clicks on my videos. I want basically DTC to be the new, to be the token bait, like the new clickbait. Maybe it can be that. So, and we never really seen a chain that only has been focusing on video and that has the experience of be a part of the kind of the steam it phase of the internet, and like seeing how that social blogging system work. We have never had a chain only focus on video, so that's gonna be really interesting to see sort of how that plays out. So yeah, I want DTC to become the new token bait. That the token bait becomes the new clickbait or the view bait. And the way I did it with YouTube is like, you don't know how something's gonna play out in advance, but when you have the tools, so for example, when DTube comes out and when they have a token with real value traded somewhere, you can really start to run experiments, making various forms of content and see how people are interacting with it. And you pretty quick gonna see what works and what doesn't work, and you're gonna learn from that and adapt. That's how people have done it on YouTube. And yeah, so yeah, it's interesting times. So in 80 days, this is hopefully launching. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Have a great day, DTube and Steam blockchain.